Hi there and welcome to a new video in which we are going to be talking about an update in Redot, okay? So we have previously in the channel compared Godot, Redot and Blasium, okay? And well, there have been like lots of things that were worth mentioning because well, even though Redot has had like maybe the biggest impact on the community because it was the first Godot fork, the one with maybe the biggest number of followers on social media and the most known in general. Well, it didn't have significant new features at the moment of recording. It did have some pretty interesting features coming, okay, but it's not compared to what we have in other forks such as Blasium, that as you can see has lots of things over here, okay, such as this 9, and also it was in the previous version. So Godot is in 4.4.1 and Redot was in 4.3.1. So all the things that were introduced in Godot 4.4, we weren't able to access them directly in Redot. But well, we now have a new post explaining new things about Redot. And also I want to super quickly explain this thing of Godot, Redot, Blasium, etc. So lately there's been a lot of problem inside of the Godot community. A couple of months ago you may know that there was a lot of drama in their Twitter account when lots of people had been banned from GitHub, basically people that were directly contributing to the engine with code. And also some people that were directly banned from Twitter. This was basically because they were expressing like different ideas, they were commenting some stuff that was not liked by the moderator of the Twitter account of Godot. And for this reason and for many others, some forks were created. What is a fork is basically a copy of the engine handled by different people. And when I say a copy of the engine, it's basically that it's like the core of the engine is the exact same one. So they basically took the original Godot code and they modified it and they have some different things. And well, the first fork was Redot, which seemed to be like the most promising one, but then we also had another one basically called Blasium, okay? Well, I am not going to dig like super deep into the difference between them because we have already covered them in a specific video, but just by taking a look at this table you can see that indeed Blasium has many more features than what Redot has right now. But okay, literally just today or yesterday night, they have posted something new, as you can see, April 4. So I want us to check this out together because there is some pretty interesting information. The first thing that I want to tell you is that there isn't like a new version that we can download. I believe we'll still try it out, okay, if there is a new version, but I believe that there isn't as far as I have understood from reading the article. So this is just like a progression, a progress update actually. So let's start with this. Because what has happened with Redot is that it's been like pretty criticized. That's okay, yes, they have done pretty interesting work because they have their website, they have their own stable version, they have indeed implementing some stuff, but it is not significant updates to the engine. So it's been criticized because okay, yes, there is a new fork, but there isn't anything that maybe would make people use Redot instead of Godot, okay? Because even you're losing some features because Godot is in 4.4, Redot is in 4.3. So maybe this is not a viable fork for a lot of people, but maybe Blasium could be because it is updated and it has lots of things that Godot itself doesn't have. Once again, this is not my personal opinion, it's just what I have been reading in my comments. So first of all, what we have to understand is that Redot has kind of like two versions, Redot Experimental and Redot Stable. What Redot Stable means is that this is meant to maintain compatibility with Godot projects, okay? So devs can transfer their Godot projects to Redot with little to no issues. So if you had a Godot project and now you want to start using Redot, you can just transfer it completely and without having so many issues to Redot. And here we can start to see like some stuff. So for example, their latest version I think is basically this one. We'll still check this in a second. Redot 4.3.1. That as you can see, we don't really have a new features, okay, at least at this time. Okay, we do have like a pretty here small bug fix, but once again it's not like a significant change. So for example, having Jolt as a default physics engine there, well, not as a default physics engine, but as an option to select natively instead of the engine, they say it's going to be added in 4.3.2, but will be added. So something that once again we don't have right now. And now about what I was mentioning about Redot 4.4. So basically, I believe that right now the latest version is still 4.3.1. So we don't have like lots of things that were directly introduced in Godot 4.4. And basically they say that, well, with all these new things, okay, lots of issues were found, and that therefore they have decided it was best to wait for a more stable version of Godot 4.4 before releasing 4.4, before releasing Redot 4.4, because also there were like lots of issues like on Godot sides. 4.4 had lots of issues, that's why there was a maintenance release, which was Godot 4.1, as you can see, maintenance release Godot 4.4.1, because there were lots of issues going on. But once again, right now, Redot doesn't have any of Godot 4.4 features. They still say Redot 4.4 Alpha 1 is being worked, and then we just have this new version, which is Redot Experimental. That is like another version of Redot, which is basically that experimental. So this has indeed some new features that Godot itself does not have, such as structs, traits, and increase-decrease operators. We went in depth in the other video that I mentioned, which we actually cover in depth all the difference between Godot, Redot, and Blasium. Okay, so if you want to learn more about them. And the idea about Redot Experimental is that there may not be completely compatibility between Redot and Godot, which means that if you try to import a Godot project into this Redot Experimental version, well, there could be like lots of problems, because there will be things that don't exist in Godot and that would exist in Redot, and that would break the compatibility between the two. So that's one point of the post, and then we have some like newer stuff such as ReBlocks. This is something that is new and doesn't exist in Godot itself. There is still like an extension for it, or well, actually a plugin that allows you to do some visual scripting, which is called Code Blocks, I believe it's called. Let me check over here. Here, yes, this is a fork of Godot Code Blocks. So once again, this is a fork of a plugin of an engine that is also a fork. So it's the fork of the fork, maybe, if you want to understand it like that. So you still have visual scripts in Godot, not kind of like natively implemented, but you can have visual scripting in Godot Code Blocks, okay? But they are adding some stuff that is not currently available on this extension, okay? At least by default and at least right now. So they once again have taken Godot and they want to make it better. They have taken this plugin and they want to make it better once again. Some of the things that they want to implement that is not currently available on Godot Code Blocks is split window view for the generated code. So basically this having on one window the visual scripting, and the other one for the code that these blocks have. And also that automatically this window is going to be updated as you add or delete some blocks. Okay, so once again, neither of these features are available right now on Godot Code Blocks. And the good thing is that even though it is in alpha stage, so you will probably find lots of problems, and it's completely understandable, you can still try it out using the link over here. Now they also plan on releasing their own academy with their own tutorials and documentation. Oh well, sorry, tutorials and written tutorials. So here they also show some of the progress that was done in the background. And for example, here quite interesting is that we'll also have video guides as well as here as well, and your progress will be saved to your account. So this is quite interesting, because if you are watching different tutorials, if you're going over different text tutorials, your progress should be saved to your kind of account. So that's quite interesting as well. So that's all that we have. I'm not going to give like a personal opinion if we have or we don't have significant features between Godot and Redot. If it is better Blasium, if it is better to use Redot, we have already covered that. And once again, my personal opinion here doesn't really matter. I believe you have all the information here on this table that we've covered before. You can also kind of see how everything is going on. You can see that right now still Redot is in 4.3, that Blasium is in 4.4, that in Blasium we have lots of new features right now existing right now. In Redot everything will be added soon, but right now we don't have it. So taking into account all this information, you can make a better decision on whether to use Godot, Redot, or Blasium, or to continue using Godot, see how these two forks evolve over time, and when that happens, maybe you can make a better decision. So that's all that I wanted to cover in this video. I will see you in the next one.